Okay, everybody, so another morning here. Now, got up a bit late here, so apologize for how late the stream will be running, and the YouTube video will be kind of uploaded, or will appear to be, because it's 4 o'clock now. Last couple days it's been like 2 or 1, or the plan right now is to try to do these streams at 1 o'clock, because that's a pretty decent time. That may be subjective to change. Anyways, so last couple days we got several of the mods updated, and here yesterday we started on the oil ore mod and got it updated to 1.8. Today I'm hoping we can go ahead and burn through 1.9 through 1.12 for the oil ore mod and get it running. That way we can maybe take a break and go pop back to 1.7.10 here to do a little bit of content for some of the other mods. After all, I still got a missile launcher to finish, some clamps, fueling system, and I got a client who wants a lot of his stuff done, and I kind of need to do that. And then additionally to that, not sure tomorrow we're going to have a stream. I might do one if I have the time, might not do one. But I do have to take an exam tomorrow. I don't really have to take it tomorrow. I could take it Saturday, but if I take it Friday, then I could do a stream Saturday. And I think more of you would prefer that than the other way around. Anyway, so we popped this open, and we want to delete the old stuff from the 1.8 version. That way it can regenerate. So we're going to leave the run folder in there. That way we can make sure that the world loads properly. That's always a good thing to do, is just take a save file and run it through all of your versions between 1.7 all the way to 1.12, and then just make sure all of your stuff is actually functional. Next thing we want to do is just change this to 1.9.4 is I think what it is. We can double click this link and yeah, you can see their stuff here, so that's the correct version. I'm pretty sure it's also the latest version too. So we're good there, and then what we want to do is open up this and make a new branch. So wait for Gitkraken to launch. I really like Gitkraken's opening animation. I would say I would like more software to do this, but the reality of it is these animations actually do slow down the load time. Not by a significant amount, but the whole process of making sure your software has that ability actually does hinder the development process to have it. But it still is pretty awesome. Okay, so we want to make a new branch. 1.9. Then we just want to go like, hey, I set the version number. Set version to 1.9.4. Submit. There we go. We got a new branch set up, so that way we can keep track of our changes separate from the 1.8, separate from the 1.7. And then we just want to go and, oh yeah, that's right, we don't have scripts for this guy, so pop into here, edit this, and we just want to copy. I'm just going to copy the front half of this. Actually, no, I need to copy the whole thing, because I need the refresh dependencies in the end. I don't need dmods login info. I don't even know why it's still in there. I do not think it's used anymore. We'll go ahead and leave it and go ahead and run this. This will build up our 1.9 workspace, and then we'll go see what we need to change. We probably won't need to change anything. Maybe just a couple imports. Then we'll switch over to the 1.10, then we'll do the 1.11 and 12. 11 will have a few changes, and then so will 12. 12 will have to do a lot of recipe stuff. Hopefully the furnace recipes don't break between then and there, because then if that I don't have to redo any of the furnace recipes, then the only thing I'll have to do is just rewrite my custom recipe for 1.12, which I don't think I can do in the current version of Forge we are using, so I might have to wait till next week to do 1.12 for this mod. I kind of want to get everything done by the 30th, because there's a group that did invite me to a thing, and I think they want to use as many of my mods as possible. So I'm trying to get as many of these updated. That way they have more to work with than just like 2 or 3 mods. Although I get it to show up no matter what, though. So I could have updated nothing and still shown up. Speaking of which, I actually do want to, I don't know, either today or sometime this week, I want to show like how many errors there actually is if I update Volts Engine to 1.8, and actually show how bad it's going to be process-wise. That's a thing I kind of want to do here. I kind of need to probably sort of go ahead and do that here pretty soon. That way I can pre-plan a little bit more. Last time I went and did it, actually last 3 times I did it, I've been doing it the backwards way, where I've been trying to predict what I should be doing and then trying to update at the same time, which is really bad. I should just go ahead and update and then reverse engineer and then create an abstraction layer in 1.8 and then backport to 1.7. That's what I think I'm probably going to do. In each version, I'm probably going to do the same step. I'm just going to port forward, abstract, and then port backwards. Because if I get the abstraction layer just right, then it should port backwards without almost no problem whatsoever. The only thing I'd have to do is update some APIs and everything. But if we get it, and we get it done really, really well, what that actually means is that you can take a mod like ICBM and play it over multiple versions with very minimum change applied to it. This means you wouldn't have to download a separate version. It'd just be one download link. This would probably mess with people's heads, though, because I think Curse is designed around the ideal that there is a per version system. Might have to talk to them here later. I want to say that there isn't. At the same time, I want to say there is. Maybe there's like a universal button you can click. I want to get that kind of rolling. And that would be pretty cool if I ever pull it off. Worst case scenario, we just release a version for each one and none of you guys will notice anyways. Anyways, that's loaded up. It took like 2 minutes. I don't have the Great Old Demon running, which for those that want to know what that is, it's basically a little piece of program that runs in the background that actually makes the build process go faster. I think it's actually pronounced Damon instead of Demon. I don't really care though. I turned it off on my computer because it sucks up 3 gigabytes of RAM when it runs. Speaking of which, I need to go head down Forge here later and play 7 Days to Die with him. He's my clan. I think he's. I don't know if he is the clan leader or one of the clan leaders of the Mech Warrior clan I'm in. I always see him down here playing 7 Days to Die when he's not playing Mech Warrior, and I really should get him involved and probably go play the new update with him and Grogger and everybody else. Anyways, we got Lombok set up there. Now let's go see if this actually worked properly. So we'll open up the main mod folder. And yeah, we just got some basic import name changes. So this will be materials. There's another error at the bottom here. This just got capitalized to registry. Coughing spasm again. Every single time I record or stream, it seems to happen. I think it's just the amount of talking I'm doing. I'll figure it out one of these days. We're going to just do build rebuild so we can lazily find all the errors. Yep, tons of errors. Okay, so some of these are just literally import changes. So block piles got moved to a different file. Got moved to a math util file, which I believe so did this one to get changed. Yeah, they both got moved to a math file. This is blocks. I don't want to say it's building blocks, but that seems to be the only tab that exists. Yeah, because the other one would be decorative. Step sound seems to have changed. Set sound type is what it is now. So I believe this is shoots. Where are these stored at now? Oh, they're up here. I believe we're using ground. That's what we're using. Oh no, there's one for stone. That's sound type stone. Somebody tells me I should have known this got changed because I am familiar with the sound type class, but I'm just not familiar with that in particular. Also, I noticed somebody went through and like capitalized everything. Not sure if that was a good idea or not. And this one changed to a interface-driven system. Cool. So it's in the state now. I think it's actually kind of useful to have the state mixed in with there now. I'm not going to do anything with it because, well, I don't even do anything with the location or anything. It's just you get the same amount of XP no matter what you do. That's good. So we got all the ones up in the ore. We got the proxy, which is just going to be import changes. This is what you guys didn't get to see me do with baggable plants yesterday. Is I went in like 3 in the morning, updated baggable plants, a couple versions, and it was mostly import changes. There was a few hiccups with getting like textures working in some version. There's our insta-hole tool, by the way. And then yeah, we got to change with the on-item use, so super.on-item use. This is one of the biggest problems about making an abstraction layer that I want to do, is that these methods change every Minecraft version without fail. I don't think I've ever made a mod where the right-click methods have never changed. And they get worse too. Like every single time you do one, it's like, it's just gonna be. Oh wait, I need enum action result success. And then they capitalized everything. I don't really like the idea that they capitalized everything because they're actually not final, I don't think. Oh no, they're final now. Okay, it's not bad, I guess. They are matching Java standard, but man, it is a pain in the butt to have to go through here and redo all these. Somebody's got a program around here. I could have just fed this mod through and it would have updated it for me, but that would have been lazy, and I need to learn how to actually update these mods the hard way, because, well, I sort of make a living off of fixing other people's mods. So I want to kind of make sure I understand all the new versions, so that way I don't want paint, I want stained glass. Yeah, we use stained glass to indicate where water and lava is, even though it doesn't exactly work perfectly, but it does kind of work. So you get that going, just kind of one error after another. Okay, so that class is cleaned out. What other classes do we have? We now have the ore generator, which import changes. Also, we're missing a method. Yeah, it looks like they changed the method for ore generation. Oh man, they got rid of... Oh no, I changed the wrong method. Okay. I wanted to do this guy. Which does actually modify a bit of our behavior. So get rid of this method. And then... What did it change? Should we get chunk generator? I chunk generator, chunk generator. I provider, chunk provider. Okay, put both of these guys down here. I think I want to check the provider, but I'm not quite sure actually. Okay, there seems to be no more chunk generator flat out, so I need to... We do have access to the world, but I want to make sure this generates in any world that is basically an overworld. So we'll have to go figure out where that is in a second. But we have the chunk generator, and then we're going to pass the provider in as well to that. We're going to need a random. They removed the random. Luckily, you can access it via the world. Fix the imports here. I don't think I'm going to have to update the Pathfinder again. Just have to do stuff like this. The sad thing about updating this, though, is I actually want to come back through this mod and spend a lot more time working on it. I want to allow it to generate oil ore and sand, gravel, various other materials, and actually have a decent visual of it. So we got to figure out what the world's chunk generator is now. This is going to be tedious, is a good way to put it. Oh, it's just called chunk provider overworld. We'll try that. Yeah, so that's chunk generator, that's provider. So yeah, I guess we could just compare the provider, and then we'll fix it if somebody has a problem with it. Let's change this to provider, and this to generator. See, is there actually a generator that's built into this one as well? So there's a provider settings. I'm gonna have to like do more work on this, but as long as it actually does its job properly, then I'm okay with that. Now it looks like all the errors too. So rebuild project again. One thing I do need to check to make sure a lot of our stuff is lowercase. The oil ore is lowercase. Just the models are what have to be lowercase. I don't think this will break until we hit like 1.10 or 11. I don't remember which version. We can go ahead and launch now, and we can check to see if this mod's actually functional. Hit apply, hit debug. Okay. Yeah, we're at 15 minutes video time too, so that's not too bad. I'm trying to be making these videos kind of short. Although, yeah, I mean, I'm streaming at the same time, so it's irrelevant to the stream because the stream will go until I run out of time to work today. Which will probably be, I want to say 6 o'clock today. So we got 2 more hours. Then after that, I got to go study for an exam tomorrow. And then answer my email too. I'm just looking at my phone and there's like 120 emails. I cleaned it out yesterday. Most of it's junk. At least that's a good thing. This will launch up here. We'll go ahead and get this working, test it out. I'm probably going to, as soon as I get this mod updated all the way to 112, I'm going to break the insta-hole tool off until its own little mod, and then make a mod with just that. As I did actually have somebody watch one of my videos and ask me if I could do that, and I've been thinking that that should be something I should have done already. That way I can remove it out of Volt's engine, and then I can remove it out of this mod as well. And then it's its own little tool that you can install one time. Actually, we won't even show up in here. I forgot to turn dev mode on. Yeah, see, insta-hole won't show up. And then, yeah, to get rid of the lit furnace in this version. I'm happy they finally did that. Although they didn't add any code to apparently mitigate the block ID missing. Okay, so we can see like everything's rendering still. So we don't have to mess with any rendering code. So that's good. And for some reason, I'm normal Steve again. The last couple versions, I was the female Steve, or whatever you want to call her. That looks a little big. Like the rendering's not working on that correctly. Maybe. A good way to compare. Yeah, these should be about the same size. So there's something wrong with the rendering on the item here. So we'll go ahead and fix that. And then we're going to need the make a new world and grab the insta-hole tool. So let's see, I need, if I can find the top of the mod here. Yeah, I need this thing here. Just with making sure it actually is development and not dev. Then you go edit configurations, VM options, /D, development equals true. I never actually did research to figure out why you have to put -D in front of properties, but it's just something you have to do. But with that, that runs dev mode on, and that gives you access to the debug tool here. Apparently this is deprecated. Use iForge registry entry. Yeah, so there's this event that was implemented. Yeah, so default implementation, modders who make extra items should extend this instead of object. You can get default implementations in Java 8. Okay. Set registry name, get registry name. Yeah, it doesn't really explain how to use it though. Just says set registry name. I mean, you can't get other things maybe? What does it do? So you got register item, get register name, okay, nothing, register. Oh, so you just switch to the, okay, I remember now. You just get rid of the item part. And then I need to do set this guy, so item will.set registry name to that. So I've already been doing this with a couple items. This guy, for example, is already set up that way. So if you go here, he's already got the set registry name. That was something that was implemented in the last version. And I need to do the same thing with the block here. So block or.set registry name. I think in the newer version it has to be a resource location too. There we go. So that should function just fine. And then we need to figure out what's up with our item render. It's probably going to break the other one too. You know what we actually could do? We could switch to the new render type. So let's go find wooden shears. I think has this in it. It's gonna be source, main, resources, assets, wooden shears, models, item. There we go, wooden shears. Yeah, so we get the new type here, which is a lot easier to use than the old type. So this is the vanilla Minecraft version, and then the one up here is the new type. All I gotta do is just come through here and just change out the names. That way it'll default on all the render behavior, and then I don't have to do anything special. Because I think what's happened is I need to provide like better handling for what's down here. I have it. Let me go get rid of that. That should work, and indent with 2 spaces. And get a drink here because my throat's all messed up. I was told, like, before doing streaming, do yodeling or something by somebody who was hearing me having problems with coughing. I don't even know if that would work, and I'm pretty sure I would get yelled at by my neighbors for doing it. It would be hilarious, though. Not that my neighbors would think it would be hilarious, though. Throw that on the other screen there. While I wait for this to launch, I can check how many notifications I have. Oh, Steam cards are in stock on here. They're not going to be in stock in like 5 minutes. Like as soon as I probably open this page to go look at them, they're probably going to be gone. Oh, they still got 16 left. So I owe my brother money, so I'm going to get some of these and use these to pay him back. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, because I'm pretty sure he said he wanted to buy something. Wow, actually, you know what? I'm going to wait till I ask him first whether he wants PayPal cash or something else. Did we actually crash? Set custom model location, client proxy, null point exception. Something did not register appropriately, Batman. Yeah, that's probably what broke. Can I just pass the block in now? No. Is there like a get item method? Nope. Let's put a debug line here and let's launch again. I want to make sure it actually is the item and not like something else, like the registry name being broken. At least that means if they got Steam cards again, they found a new buyer or seller that sells Steam cards. They've been pretty dry on this for a while. That's my favorite way to pay my interns and stuff, is because they usually like Steam cards, and you just throw Steam cards at them. Although I do give them their own points, but they do a good job. I'm like, hey, you want a Steam card or an Amazon card? And I'm like, yeah, and I'll throw that at them. Okay, so if we go into this, then what we can do is figure out if blocks to items contains an entry. I'm trying to figure out if that's the thing. Seems to be working. Yeah, that looks good. I don't want to do this whole thing. Did it just crash already? Or is it just having a hell of a time going to the next line? There it goes. Okay, so item is indeed null. So if for somehow reason we didn't register properly, so let's go ahead and remove that. So it is a forged registry system already, so that's not a problem. And we got a set registry name. Does this not do our item block for us? Hmm. There's a register with item. Yeah, I don't think we get an item block by default. That's new. Registers a name block with a block registry. This will create a new item block with the same name. What's the register method up here say? Okay, so I'm going to assume what we need to do is we just need to do this right here. So I'm going to copy that line, and I'm going to throw it right there. Going to grab this, put this here. Block or, set registry name, get block. There we go. And that should work, because that's what's going wrong. I think I do remember Lex mentioning something that item blocks are no longer going to be defaultly registered. This is going to... I need to go poke at Raka for this, because he's going to freak for that. He actually wrote code to specifically ASM inject item blocks in for particular blocks in vanilla Minecraft that do not have item blocks. Things like doors, reeds, a few other things that just don't have an item block, even though they should. And if somebody goes and tells him that now mods don't have to have item blocks, he's going to probably get upset and throw a hissy fit. It would be glorious. Not to say I want to see him all mad and stuff, but there's something enjoyable about watching a guy who's got a master's in mechanical engineering freak out over little things. Or it's master's in aerospace engineering. Okay, so it's working now. So that was the problem, we just didn't have an item block. I probably should start taking notes on all the nuances between the versions. Though somebody probably already has one out there. And I know Azzy's gave me a couple links, I just keep misplacing said links. He's got like these really nice like 5-page like documents that go like, here's everything that's changed. Really, I think the Forge page should probably include stuff like that and go like, oh, so you're coming from 1.7 to 1.8, here's everything that's changed. Now from 1.8 to 1.9, here's everything that's changed. And that way it'll guide you really quickly to updating. But I don't think Forge is to that point yet. They're just now getting accustomed with having documentation, just now getting accustomed with having like proper support and really nice, elegant pages. And like if I actually pull this over here, I'm pretty sure like anybody who's watching this has seen the new page, but this is not what it used to look like. The version before this was a little hard to use. This one is nice. You can just click your version, you can find your versions really quickly, nice and clean, and it goes all the way back to the original version. And I think you can still get the beta and alpha versions on here too, you just have to go through a backwards way to get them. They also give you a link to the latest and the recommended. They got nice clean icons, really easy to recognize. I can actually navigate this site without my glasses on, which quite says a lot. And it's really well operated. And now they actually have links to their forum up here, so you can get back to their forum quickly. Their forum actually looks the same way. It's really nice. They got documentation now, which has been there for a while, but it's nice to go down through here and go like, hey, there's actually documentation on how to structure your mod. And for new mod developers, this is amazing. For me, not so much, because I actually read through most of it, and I can't use almost any of it. Anyways, let's go ahead and just test to make sure everything loads up again and the icons are good. And then we're going to make a new world and then test to see if the ore generator works. And then if we're good there, we just pump forward to 110. And I'm going to laugh at my buddy Jake here because he's trying to run ruse on a graphics card that he paid like 15 bucks for. And I'm going to watch it catch on fire. Or he's going to tell me it's going to get caught on fire here later. So here we go. That works. And that's doing good. So let's check this guy too. And let's check the dev tool, which is just a wand at this point. Why is it weirdly positioned like that? Okay, hold on. Is that just how the tools position themselves now? No. I'm probably going to have to fix that, because it looks awkward. It's not too big of a deal, as this is meant to be a dev item. Hey, actually, a zombie. Hold still. Goodbye. So the ore looks good. I gotta go make a new world to test this though, because this is a pretty old world. I'm gonna hold on to this world though, because actually no, I already have a backup this world. Because that world's actually pretty nice. I might go save it for a server here later. No, we'll just create a new world. So that world's got like amazingly large oceans, really nice mountains. I love building in mountains, but also at the same time, I absolutely love exploring oceans. And what I want to do is take that seed, and then I want to throw in a mod that adds like fish and kelp and all kinds of other stuff. Maybe go grab morph and stuff and just go exploring. Yeah, then you get a world like this, it's just kind of bland. But yeah, so we get the instant death hole, which is literally used to make a hole, as you noticed, and is just literally used to test ore spawns. I don't see any ore. Okay, so let's walk over here a distance and then try again. And no ore. Okay, so what's most likely happening is that line I was saying earlier is probably not working. We're actually just going to hover on this screen because I am in debug mode, which means I can change things. So we're going to close all tabs, and then we're going to go find the generator code. So I'm pretty sure the ore generator itself is working. We fixed this yesterday, so it should be fine. But what probably failed is this line right here. So let's put a debug line here. And then we want to delete this world, create a new one. There we go, that flagged on the very first chunk. So our generator is that. So what we need to do is we need to check our generator, not our provider. Because it looks like, yeah, it looks like that's a generator. What's really confusing about this is you see how that's called a provider, and that's called a provider. But this is actually an instance of a generator, so if we actually go this is a generator. That's the reason why I just made that mistake. And that's the reason why naming conventions should always be followed when you're programming. If you make something called a generator, it should be called chunk generator overworld, not chunk provider, because provider is a different thing. This is a provider. So we'll go ahead and do that. And that means that should fix now. If I actually did reload. Did I reload it? Yeah, I reloaded. Okay. Good to see my hotkeys are actually holding over multiple workspaces. As I just forgot that was even a thing, because I hit Alt-R to do reload of workspace and reload of classes. That is not a default keybind in IntelliJ. I think the default keybind is like Alt-Shift-R or something like that. Okay, still no ore. That's not unaccustomed for their right next to spawn to not be modded ores. It happens sometimes. Yeah, there we go. So there's some modded ore. This texture looks really nice. This is the texture is made by Alex for something other than oil ore, but it actually does work pretty well. Do we got any in this chunk? I have this feeling like my randomizer actually does not allow this to work really well. I might want to work on it a little better. There's some at the very bottom, I think. I need to turn those notifications off. I watch like 3 of those guys' videos and then YouTube's like, oh, you're obsessed with key picking. It's like, no, I'm not. I just want to see somebody smash a lock with a hammer. Okay, there's some ore right there. Why isn't there any in these 2 chunks? Yeah, I'll have to optimize the algorithm here later because I think it's a problem with the algorithm. Because we're getting like really sparse pockets of oil ore. Yeah, because there's some right there. Yeah, so there's something definitely wrong with the generator, maybe. Or maybe there's a priority system I'm not familiar with that's running. Yeah, definitely might want to make a plugin for this to determine like how much ore I'm getting. Because like there's only 2 pockets here. And I'm not really seeing anything down below. I mean, this does have a pretty shallow generator, but not by this much. Yeah, there's another pocket there, so that means we know it is generating deeper. Another pocket there and there and there. Really small pocket right there. Oh, that's actually bigger than it looks. I'm like, oh, that's small. It's like, no, it's actually pretty sizable. The cool thing is the randomizer actually does do a pretty good job. I mean, look at these. That's really weird shaped. That's weirdly shaped. That's not... Well, yeah, they're all shaped differently. And there's no code in there that tells them what they look like. It's all done via random pathfinding. It results in some pretty good code here. Unfortunately, my dog is whining to be let outside. Yeah, I'll go ahead and cut the recording here. I'll leave the stream running here, and I'm just going to step away for like a minute to let the dog outside.